Alright guys, what's going on? My name's Adam, for those of you who don't know yet. This is Slapping Tails TV, and I'm going to do a quick tip video for you guys on how to set up a bait caster. This is just a simple setup. It's not anything major, extensive, nothing like super extravagant or anything. It's just two things you need to know whenever you're setting up your bait caster. Okay, so I've got three different types of bait casters that I use, and all three of them are left-handed because I'm weird, I guess. You know, I got the left-handed reel. But the biggest part of what you're going to want to do here is this knob right here, your spool tension. Okay, so what you want to do on that, when you first start off, you tighten it all the way down, just as far down as you can tighten it. That one right there. Okay, so whenever you click the button, nothing happens. So I got my jig out there, you see, I click the button, I let off of it, nothing happens. What you want is whenever, let me see if I can get this in the shot, whenever you're setting this up, you want your bait to just like slowly fall, depending on how heavy it is, or how big your line is, or you know, there's a lot of factors into, you know, how it falls, and a lot of things can change it. You know, the thickness of your line, what kind of line you're using, what kind of weights, a whole bunch of stuff. All right, but we're just talking about getting this thing set up to where you can throw it. So when you got your button pushed, okay, you click your button. Let me go ahead and just do that. We click, okay, and keep your thumb on your spool right here, not holding it down, just to make sure it doesn't, if it does fall, you're going to catch it, because if you don't and it hits the ground, your spool's going to keep going and you're going to get a backlash, and then you got to deal with that. That's a whole nother problem. So anyway, tighten your spool tension down, and then slowly let it out. Let me turn. Slowly let it out until you see it fall, and then catch it. Reel it all the way up to the tip of your rod. Hold it up some, okay? That way you got plenty of room in between it and the ground. So when it falls, loosen it up just a little bit more, and then hit your button, and then watch it fall. You want it to be a good steady fall, kind of like that. I like it a little bit faster just because, I mean, that's me. Special, you know, personal preferences is, you know, everybody's go-to. You know, you do what makes you happy, or what's more comfortable for you. This is just me trying to get you into that spot to where you can get to the point that you're comfortable at. Okay, so now that you've got your spool tension done, and you've got your jig falling at a good rate, okay, you don't want it to fall, you want it to drop almost. Like, you want tension on it, but not so much as to where it can't move. All right, so now that you've got your tension spool set, next thing you're going to do is you're going to come over here, and on the back side there's these brakes. I don't know if you can even see that. I'm in the back of my car right now, and the lighting's terrible. But you've got brakes, right? And this one has magnetic brakes, and they go 1 through 10, most of them. But what I do, I just go ahead and set it on 5, just right out of the gate on 5. That's just me. I would say, if you don't know what you're doing and you've never used a bait caster before, turn the brakes all the way up. That way it's you know, you don't have no choice but for that thing. So what the brakes do is, whenever you cast, it keeps a solid momentum on your spool as it's rolling. So whenever you whip that thing and it's going zoom, you know, your spool's not gonna go even faster than it, because it's pulling. Your spool's gotta stay at a certain rate. So that's what the brakes are for. So it keeps it moving at a solid rate, at a steady pace. That way you don't get a backlash, you don't get, you know, a big wind knot or whatever. So either, my personal preference is 5, maybe 5.5 to 6. But if you're new, all the way, just turn the brakes all the way up, you know, and get your spool tension to where you think it's a good momentum up and down, and then you're ready to go, pretty much. So this is my setup on how I did it. I watched a couple videos, and I figured out, hey, you know, there's only like 2 or 3 things that you need to know when you're using a bait caster, and that's, you know, your spool tension, your brakes, and your line weight, you know, or the lure weight, whatever you're throwing. I hope this helped you guys. I know me watching a couple videos like that did help me, because I was new. I didn't know anything about bait casters. I've always used spinning reels in my life, so it's a new adventure for me, and hopefully this helped you guys get to where you want to be whenever you go invest in your first bait caster, if you ever do, because they're fun, man. It's just, I didn't think it'd be as much fun, but once you get it set up and you figure it out a little bit and you start throwing them, and you just keep throwing it and throwing it and throwing it, and then you just don't want to stop. You know, it's addictive. So I hope this helped. If you're new to the channel, if you don't mind, hit that subscribe button, because I post videos a lot. They're kind of randomly posted, but I am working on it. But give us a like if this helped out, if it was enjoyable for you guys, and leave a comment on what you guys think. Maybe if I missed something, maybe to help somebody out there, that you know, maybe there's something I didn't cover, or maybe something that you guys think that, you know, it's just the simple basic needs of what you need to do to get a bait caster set up to where you can throw it and go catch some fish. All right, appreciate you guys for watching. Thanks, love each and every one of you, and y'all keep slapping tails. We'll see you on the next one. All right.